Today we're going to get in a video where we talk about a girl who speaks on how much rent costs now, because it's insane, and how much her parents used to pay. Let's get into this video, and then I'll tell you what you can do about it.
My brother asked my family group chat, oh, what's everybody pay for the rent in their first ever apartment? And I moved into my first ever big girl apartment in 2023. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, and it was $26.95 because it's one of those luxury apartment buildings, whatever. And I paid about $1,300 because I had a roommate. You know, why did my mom say that her first ever townhome, 3 stories, 3-bedroom townhome in DC only cost them $800 a month altogether?
Because that's how much we paid. It was only $800. Because I had a 2-bedroom. A 2-bedroom condo would cost us literally, but it was $615. So yes, your mom probably paid $800 for a 3-bedroom. Because that's around the time, like 2000 is when I got my first apartment back then. And yeah, that's how much everything cost. Because I ended up getting a house later on after I left there. But yeah, that was a decent. And we didn't struggle too hard. We was okay. We was young doing this. We talking about 18, 19, 20. So it wasn't hard on us at all. But today's prices is crazy. But like I said, I'm going to tell y'all some ways y'all can change that up.
And my parents got married in 97. And their rent for a 3-story, 3-bedroom townhome is less than my studio apartment. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted to fight her. I did.
Just because you're a renter does.
So yeah, she was splitting her rent, paying $1,300 a month, and baby, there's some ways around that. Cause I'm gonna tell you what I did before I got the apartment that was $615. The upstairs, downstairs, really nice. I started from the bottom. Okay, that's what I did. I started from the bottom. So there are still apartments out there that are cheaper, but they maybe need some work. And if you got time, you can do the work and put the work in. Now I'm going to show you some examples of people that flipped their homes. I have 2 videos. One girl pays $650. You'll see it on the screen. And the other girl paid $675 for their apartments. And one of them, in the other video, she's complaining about how she don't know, maybe it's a crappy place. But baby, you can flip those places. You just got to learn how to work some magic. So when you get a place and it's cheaper, where the landlord supposed to do that? If the landlord did all that, then your price gonna go back up to $2,600. So when he don't do that and it's kind of low, you have to do renter friendly things. Here's some renter friendly things you can do to your place to flip it.
You can't renovate your space, and stop skipping out on those apartments just because you don't like the cabinet colors. Instead, change them with the Design Foley DC Fix contact paper.
What my first apartment looks like at $650 a month.
You see how she flipped that and changed that and made that look beautiful? You see how she did that? All she did was take the money that she made and turn it into a gold mine. That's all you have to do. You can make your place look cozy. You do not have to be rich to have nice things. Even in this economy, when rent is very high, you can take your time, take your money, and turn it into something beautiful that you like. Don't think because you're not making a lot of money that you can't take these easy budget hacks and turn your place and make it look nice. I'm just telling you how you can make things better as a person for you and your mental health. Because even if you're not doing well or you can't afford something that's very expensive, you still can live in a happy mental space. It doesn't have to look like the holes in the wall or the floors painted different colors. We got rugs. We got ways to do it. Save money in this economy because the rent is high and this is a rental crisis. So if you do have something that's affordable, honey, hold on to it. But let's check out some more videos.
It's a bit of a mess because I'm like kind of just moved in today, but this is going to be my bedroom, even though it's my living room. But this is a long hallway, and this is supposed to be the bedroom. This is where all my stuff is currently, but yeah, this is the bedroom. And then down here, that's the main door. All my stuff. Kitchen, it's not the best, but I mean, it's something, right? I gotta unpack everything, clean. And then if you go over here, there's more trash. This is my bathroom, kind of ghetto a little bit. I mean, look at the chip paint. They painted over it and it chipped. It looks really nasty. But I mean, yeah, it's a place to live. And then out here, show you. Here's my mat. And here is my little seating area. Super cute.
We went through those experiences too. Not everybody had money to just get a luxury apartment back then. Some of our apartments was $400, and we tell you that it was looking raggedy. It was like basic, boring, or they didn't do a lot of upgrades to it. So you had to come in there and upgrade it yourself. So when you thankful for the things that you have, you'll do it and take the best care that you can for the stuff. Because I was very thankful for my little cheap $400 place. When you're very thankful for the things that you have, God will bless you with more things. So you can take your time, buy a little stuff at a time. Some of that stuff at the dollar store, and there's a girl that do Dollar Tree hacks, and she know how to make it look like a luxury hotel off the Dollar Tree. Even though you don't have a lot of money, even though you can't afford a luxury place, that don't mean you can't have it. So we go get right back into it, because let me tell you, it's things you can do to your apartment if you get a cheaper one than just trying to struggle and kill yourself paying for a luxury one if that's not within your means. Twerk that thing around, girl. Look, watch this.
Girl, just cut the double-sided tape, put the so this time I decided to use panels instead of wallpaper so that I could take it with me when I leave. I started off working harder instead of smarter, and then it clicked, like, girl, just cut the double-sided tape, put the painter's tape on top of it, and then slap it on the wall. I use painter tape to save my walls because I will be getting my deposit back. But anyway, this took all about 30 minutes, and I have 10-foot ceilings. Look how cute it came out. And by the way, I'm DIYing my whole apartment, so I'll be back with another video.
That looks nice. And look, you just did an accent wall. You can do like a simple accent wall with some decent furniture and some nice looking paint, and bam, that house look great. It's ways that you can make your space look nice, and you don't have to be rich. You can still do it. Yes, you can.
Don't buy intuition and pass it off as a suspicion. You are just so bold.
So she made that whole place look like amazing. That kitchen looked so beautiful. And that's all with just doing some renter friendly DIY. And don't get the little thin paper, because the thin paper is really hard to take off. If you spend a couple of extra dollars, put the good paper on there, then it's going to look real good. You can flip a $650 apartment, $500 apartment, $850. Just make sure you don't got no major damage like water. I don't suggest you get nothing like that, or like mold. No, nothing like that. I'm just talking about basic. The landlord decided not to do nothing special and everything looks boring and old. You can go in there and flip that thing around. So it doesn't matter if you find your little hidden gem, flip it around. That's what I did with my first place. I cleaned that mug, got the dust out of there, made it look beautiful. Always be thankful for what you have. God got your back. Take care of your stuff, doll it up, make it look like nice, so you won't feel like you're in a cheap apartment. You don't have to feel that way. You can feel like you live somewhere decent so you get something better. Some of these millionaires started off as a regular part-time person. Some of the Steve Jobs was sleeping on a friend's couch before they became Steve Jobs. Obama used to be in the streets getting into trouble, but he became the president. So you don't necessarily, unless you got a silver golden spoon in your mouth, you don't necessarily leave the nest and be on top. Even us as parents went through that when we got our first places. So when we tell you our place was $400 and $500, we didn't pay a lot, but it didn't look great. It wasn't like, it was better apartments than that. They was like $9,000 to $1,000. Those was the nice luxury apartments, but we couldn't afford that if you just had a regular job somewhere. decent little job starting off. You just left the nest. You do what you can with what you have, and you make the best of it. That's what I was taught, and you can do that too. I'm Tiffany Rose. I'm out.